Hi everyone, it's Saya and I am back with another video, and I'm so excited because I don't even know where to start. This whole week, I guess, I've been watching YouTube, and for the first time ever I am doing a bulk filming. I know that you're supposed to technically change your clothes or setup or whatever, but I don't care about that, so all these videos I'm gonna look the exact same. But anyways, I'm so excited because I feel like now that I'm bulk filming, I've officially made it, and I am a booktuber and I do what booktubers do. I make schedules. Well, I don't make schedules yet, but the fact that I'm bulk filming is like a milestone for me because it's just cool. Anyways, today's video I am bringing a segment that has lived in my mind for 3 years at least. But since I was a kid, I've always wanted to be a talk show host. Not actually, but it was just one of the many fantasies I've entertained at some point in my life. I always thought that when I had a talk show, I would have 2 segments on it, and one of them would be Fangirl Friday, where I disregard what my the people who watch my show give a shit about, and it was just a chance for me to use my influence to get people that I like to be on the show, and I could talk to them about things that I like. And then the other one was that I have Chit Chat with Kit Kat. Recently, I've been flying around a lot, so I've been to a lot of duty-free shops, and the only section of duty-free other than the alcohol that I usually check is the chocolate section, because they have a lot of cool stuff that you can't usually find in Canada. And I found a bunch of cool flavors of Kit Kats, so I got a bunch of green tea Kit Kat. I also picked up this cool one that has caramel, mocha, cookies and cream, and hazelnut. I'm not actually going to eat any of them, and this is in no way sponsored by Kit Kat. It's just that they rhyme, and I love Kit Kat, and that this is a segment I've always wanted to have, and so they're here with me today. But aside from all that, I'm also really excited about this video because it is my first discussion video ever, and I have wanted to do a discussion video for a really long time because outside of book reviews, I think discussions are the next most fun type of video, and it was one that I like to watch in general a lot. Even if I don't like the topic, I generally like to watch it just to see what people have to say, and it's a cool way to get to know a booktuber. So I've kind of been waiting for something that I want to talk about. I've done a couple videos where I filmed myself but just never bothered to put them online because every time I filmed it, I felt like at the end of the day it was just me being shady towards Booktube, and I didn't really want that. Recently, Mia from Select Pages had this video where she talks about how she doesn't quite fit in on Booktube and what it's like not seeing your channel grow and stuff, and I'll link her down below, and if you want to check her out, that'd be really nice because I do want to see her grow because I really like her channel. Anyways, and this is kind of in response to that and also a play off of that in a way, because I did have this list of things that I was kind of keeping in the back of my mind and I eventually wanted to talk about, and it's just things that I've done because of YouTube. So the first is that just in general, I have noticed that Booktube as a community, everyone talks about diversity and things like that, and there not being enough diverse YouTubers. I can't comment on that necessarily because I don't follow all of Booktube. I follow the bigger ones. Is it true that the bigger ones are mostly white? Yes, but I mean most of YouTube is white, so I'm not gonna get into that aspect. But the thing that actually bothers me about Booktube is that, well, it doesn't bother me, but the thing that I've noticed about Booktube is that just the culture, I guess, of Booktube is very white girl. Even I find, at least the ones that I've watched, the non-white booktubers that I've watched, they still embrace a lot of white girl culture, if that makes any sense. This isn't trying to be shady. I'm truly not trying to be shady with these comments, but maybe if I give examples, it'll help more. When we look up playlist book tags, even my own, I'm at fault for this, but it's always Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran. When we see that everyone on Booktube is liking white girl things, and that when you post things about white girl stuff you get more views, etc., without a doubt you kind of change towards, or you gear your content towards that stuff without really realizing it, and myself included, right? I did a playlist book tag, and of course my playlist book tag is all Shawn Mendes stuff. Now, I love Shawn Mendes. Yes, I like white girl things as much as I like other cultural stuff, but what I mean is, why are there no Cardi B playlist book tags? Or Drake had a new album recently, there was no Drake playlist book tags. You know what I mean? So it's just nobody listens to any other genre of music. It's kind of weird. But everybody likes Taylor Swift. Everybody, oh, and another thing, like Panic at the Disco. That was one of my other things on this list. On Booktube, Panic is so big. And if you ask anybody else, like not from Booktube, like anybody in my, even like my day-to-day life, they're always like, who? And then they're like, oh, that band that was big like in, I don't even know what year, but like 2004. Yeah. And it was just like, oh yeah, they were like relevant for like whatever for a few seconds there. And then here though, it's like everyone's obsessed with them. And it's like, is everyone obsessed with them because a couple YouTubers were and then like everyone else liked them? Or is everyone truly like actually a Panic fan? And honestly, like I saw it so much that I have listened to the album. I've seen so many playlist book tags of it that I've grown to like certain songs. I've seen so many people tweet about it that I obviously like I listened, but I was like, nobody would have known that Panic even had a recent album released. Or at least like I wouldn't have, and none of my friends would have if I wasn't on Booktube and I didn't specifically tell them, did you know Panic is still making music? And they'll be like, oh no, like whatever, you know? So that was one thing, for example. Like Panic at the Disco just in general, I think is like so big on Booktube and literally irrelevant in every other domain of life. I don't know about the rest of YouTube because I don't watch it, but like just in general, like nobody that I know who doesn't watch YouTube, or sorry, watch Booktube knows about Panic. Twitter was another thing I was gonna say. I was like, and this is not a white girl thing, this is just Booktube, but Twitter, I've never used it. I like truly hate social media, but once I got onto YouTube, everyone's like, if you want to like be involved in the community and things like that, like get on Twitter. And at first I didn't want to, but then I was like seeing people's tweets. I was like, oh, this is like kind of interesting. It's just another way for me to follow some of the people that I like. And my Twitter mostly is, I only follow like med people stuff, because medicine's also obsessed with Twitter, which I think is weird, but so I follow some medicine stuff, and then I follow all of the booktubers that I like to watch. And yeah, and I find it like it's enjoyable, it's fun, it's a huge waste of time, but that's another thing that I only started because of Booktube and because everyone said get on Booktube. And I think if I were to ever suddenly hate Booktube and suddenly not want to follow any of medicine, I would get off Twitter right away. Because I think it's dumb, or not dumb, but I think it's such a huge waste of time. Another thing that I started doing since joining Booktube and sort of because of Booktube is just commenting in general. Like I said, I've hated social media my whole life. I don't usually comment on people's stuff unless my friends make me like their post or whatever to help support them. I usually I don't do stuff. And since starting YouTube, I first started commenting because there's a lot of videos that tell you that you should comment and it'll A, help you grow, and B, help you make friends. And so I obviously was interested in trying to make some Booktube friends because you want to do like collabs. It's just nice. I don't know. I kind of want to get involved more in the community because although I am a loner and I actually kind of get a bit of anxiety when people comment on my videos and I have to answer back, I'm like getting better. And I find the more that I comment, the less I care about what I'm saying or how the person will take it, because, you know, if you only comment once, then you can sit and think about that one comment. But if you've made 20 comments in that day, well, you know, you're not gonna remember all 20 of them, so you can just forget about the stupider ones and remember the better ones. And it's more likely that one person will be nice out of those 20 people, so you can remember that one nice interaction and forget about the 19 kind of weird ones. Alright, so that I think is the end of my discussion video. I feel like I had a lot more to say, and maybe if I remember any other stuff that I've started and done only because of Booktube, I'll comment or I'll put a post down below. Oh, one thing I kind of wanted to bring up was that the whole point of Mia's video about fitting in on Booktube was to kind of truly embrace the not giving a fuck attitude, and I am trying to do that, and like the whole no disclaimers and all that, and just having fun with it, and I'm trying to incorporate that into my own channel and feel like I'm getting there. So without further ado, here is the ending of my video, and I'm going to ask Shneha, come sit here. I'm going to have an audience member. She won't be in the video. You can just come hang out with me.
Okay. So you get to hear my laughing?
Do you want to? Well, I thought maybe you could play one of the parts.
Oh, okay.
Damn it, I wish we had 2 copies. I graciously stole? No, I borrowed from Shneha a couple books with lovely covers so that I could decorate my background. One of them fell because of the Kit Kat. But just in case you were interested, one is called Blackthorne's Bride by Joan Johnston, and I'm going to read a quick excerpt from this one. The other one is a Highlander series. If you are into good-looking, are Highlanders Irish or Scottish? Okay, good-looking Scottish men. Janet Chapman has a wonderful series called Loving the Highlander and Charming the Highlander. I haven't read them, but are they good?
I haven't read them either.
Oh, okay, none of us have read them. Anyways, without further ado, here is an excerpt from, I lost the fucking page. Damn it. From chapter 25. Blackthorne's heart was beating so hard his chest hurt. Answer me, what happened to your back? She remained silent, but he could hear her panting in the dark. Will you pant for me?
No!
Shia, come on, they can't see you.
Rainy, can you pant? Like,
Wait, can you guys come here? Just do the sound effects. It'll be good.
how does panting sound like? Like that?
Take
Yeah,
off that
kinda.
gown and show me your back. No, she whispered, adding in a frightened, quavery voice. Please, don't. This isn't a rape scene, by the way. Blackthorne held onto his wife's wrist, tugging her resisting body after him as he left the bed, ignoring the nightshirt that lay on the floor. As he headed, heart in his throat, anger at her deception building, for the stream of moonlight that could be seen through his bedroom window. When he reached it, he slung her around so her gowned body collided with his naked one, then reached up and caught the two sides at the front opening, oh wow, of the flimsy silk. Is this gonna get very graphic? Because then I can't read it.
Did you not read ahead?
No, I read I thought he was mad at her because she got hurt. I thought it was gonna be cute. I didn't think.
I mean, he's mad. I've read it once, but like he's mad because she hid her identity, and they got married. Like she's not pretending to be somebody she's not. Well, kind of,
Okay.
but, yeah.
All right. Thanks for